wonderful right now. Baby blue. How are we all doing, folks? Marble cat? Baby blue. That's a baby blue. Hey, Dick Grayson. All right. Thank you, Harry, for the heads up. Sound is good. Marble cat is equally good. Baby blue is arguably better. Baby blue. Hey, Dick Grayson. How you doing, my friend? Hello, Elijah. How you doing? Hey, Winnie. Let's see what the situation here. Hello, Zoe the cat. Marble cat. All right, let's take a look at the lay of the land. Yes, Marble cat. Yes, baby blue. What's this? Marble cat. Yes, he really has, Harry, hasn't he? He's he still takes swings at me every now and then, which I don't appreciate. But this follow behavior is lovely. All right, see who else is here in who's who in the zoo. And after that, oh, once we finish cleaning, oof, I got I or one sorry, allow me to rephrase. Once we finish feeding, I have some cleaning to do. Marble cat, don't go here, man. It's bad for you. It's dangerous. Hey, Jamie the cat. Hey, Big V. Hey, Denise the Menace. Meow. Big V, let me say hello to you, Big V. Meow. Hey. You know who's also come a long way? It's taking him a lot longer, but Dick Grayson is making progress. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So, in other news, folks, guess what? I don't have. Hello, Satoshi. Can I have my bitcoins? Or no, that's a different Satoshi. Um, Anywho, Marble Cat. Yeah, Marble Cat. Yeah, that's a Marble Cat. All right. Are there more kitty catos? Winnie. All right. But guess what I have not included in today's visit? Because I'm a genius. Also, because I left it at home because I still have to shoot my parky lock video because I'm a very well put together young man. Hey Neville. Yeah, I know you're good. You're good. You don't need to move. We're looking to see if Chris the cat is still walking with a limp or if he's even here. He doesn't usually come out during the daytime, but if he does, I still have my cat trap in my car, so we can give it a shot. But I don't see any other kitties other than this level 5 marble cat. Yeah, marble cat. Come on, dude. I'm gonna feed you. It's all good. Me under the car. There we go. Some buddy. Nope. Okay, guys, we're gonna do the feeding here. Beep, 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 blue. Marble cat. Dick Grayson. Hey, Jamie. Hey, other gray cat, who I don't know which one it is because you're too far away. 4 customers. Oh, hey, hey. We don't need that. We don't want that. I don't want to see that. All right. Let us go get the food. Yeah? We are going to get the. I also am so curious. I've seen like, these copper things all over the place, and are they just copper blanks, or did they used to be pennies? Anybody with experience in machining know what these are? All right, let's get the show on the road fast, fast, fast. So yes, I don't have a tripod. We're gonna have to. friggin' jury rig that, but it is what it is. High security. Yeah, I think he will get the hint eventually, Harry. He's getting a little better about it. Not 100% of the way there yet, but he is getting. We are making progress. Progress is everything. I need new containers soon or new saucers. Look at baby blue, baby blue. See, Marble Cat's great, but baby blue is truly one of a kind. I'm sad he didn't get his forever home, but on the other hand, I'm so glad he's still in my care in a way. Baby blue. Punch out from sheets. Yeah, that would scan. Big V. Marble cat. All right. How many kitty cats? Marble cat. Jamie the cat. Okay. What we're gonna try, and also for the record, folks, had my first official shift. At, are you a hobo? Possibly. No, actually, to answer your question, Ross, I'm actually a trust fund baby. Um, and I'll let you figure out if I'm being serious or not. Poop review. Ah, that's unfortunate. Mods. Ow. Hi, Mary. Beep beep blue or blue. Big V. Why would I want to review cat poop? It all stinks like booty, like the worst. All right. Since I lack a tripod, Marble Cat, dude, bro, man, you're. I'm trying to put the phone up against this thing, but Marble Cat is in the way. There, he's no longer in the way. He's been moved. All right. How are we doing? Wonderful, beautiful, lovely. Ow. There you go, Dick Grayson. Now we're talking. Hey, Big V. Opa, Big V. Thank you. Yes, his name is Dick Grayson. Like if you get the cultural reference, congratulations. Um, and if you don't, that's unfortunate. Thank you, YY plays. So yes, all the gray cats, the solid gray cats have the word gray in their name somewhere. So we've got Dick Grayson, we've got Lady Jane Grey, we've got Sasha Grey, and that's that. I'm not that original in that there's a lot of cats here. So like, you know, 4, 7. 8, marble cat. So no, I don't own a single one of these cats. Actually, these are all community cats. They live on the streets. I take care of them a couple days a week. Some other people take care of them, but they actually live at this machine shop. Um, I do, I do rescue for cats, and I do TNR. In fact, Marble Cat right here, this guy, well, he's being blocked by Big V. Big V, yeah. This guy right here, Marble Cat, is actually the only cat at this colony that that I was the one who took his balls off. Well, not me personally, but I took him to the vet for that surgery. All the other cats were neutered when I first met them. Actually, wait, sorry. All the other cats were neutered. Marble Cat actually wasn't here when I first came to this colony. I don't even know if he was born at the time. Um, but when I first got here, big baby blue was not fixed actually. And there's on my Instagram, I think I put a picture of like the first picture I took of baby blue, and he's so well. He's cute, but he's also certifiably terrified and small and all that. Hey, Liz. So yeah, there's about 20 cats here, give or take. Um, I named them all, but I can't like always be original with the names. So like Marble Cat is named Marble Cat because he has a marble tabby pattern. Big V is named Big V because he's one of two voids and he's the bigger one. Guess what the other void is named? If you guessed Lil B, you're correct. Um, ow, oofa, guys. Yeah. So what happened? Oh, so okay. So to answer some questions, a skateboarder just came. A skateboarding homeless dude just came by on his skateboard, and that's what scared the cats. They're coming back though. Um, you know, no cat, even my cats that live in my apartment, likes sudden loud noises. No cat in the history of kittydom likes that. So that's what that situation is. And also, I mean, there are different cats at this colony are at different levels of socialization, as you can tell. Some of them are very friendly. Hey, Dick Grayson is making progress, though. I like it. Oh, yeah. Oh. Whoa. 12. Bless you, Winston. But yeah, like in addition to these guys who are really social, there's 10 plus more behind the fence who are just perma scary. Like they're not socialized at all. They're probably going to live on the street for their entire life unless I can do something about it. But like the reason I do these streams and the reason I do these videos and the reason this channel exists at all is to, you know, is to make me rich and famous. No. Um is is to show people that the concept of a feral cat isn't this like hard out where if the cat's living on the street, it's toasty toast for the kitty cat. He'll never be an indoor cat. Like I think that's the biggest load of hogwash in the history of mankind, and I don't know why people push that. And I like to show that, like, look, every single one of these cats, this guy, this guy, this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, are all varying degrees of socialization, but every single one of them would have been considered a feral cat when I first met them. And look, they're not. Are they? Are they like my house cats? No. Dick Grayson still moves when I touch him. But the fact of the matter is, they are chilling 1 foot from me. Find me a street cat that will be perfectly comfortable like this. All right, I'm talking too much and not giving them food, which is why they're licking up the thingamajigger. Yeah, marble cat. For the record, when I look at their hindquarters like that, I'm not like trying to get my jollies on with cat butts. I'm looking for tape. That's what things have purpose. Also, if you want to get your jollies on with cat butts, you do your own thing, my guy. But that's just weird. All right, Denise. I want to say hi to Denise the Menace. So speaking of names, Denise the Menace over here, incoming. This one. Where are you, Denise the Menace? That one. Oop, that one. Gray and white tabby. Um, uh, it was originally named Dennis the Menace because I thought she was a guy. And when I first came here, she was like the alpha of the colony. She would like push everybody out. Like, Marble cat, dude. Marble cat, my guy. You're blocking the view of the people. They can only see you and your beautiful fur. And I'm sure they want to see that, but they also want to see the other kitties too. Give the people what they want. All right. Let me get my butt out of the way. Baby blue. Hey, Liz. All right. Okay. Hey, it's Lady Jane Grey. Baby blue. Baby blue. All right. All right. 16 people, 11 likes. We're doing okay, folks. We flip camera. Flip it. We do the flippity flip. So this is Marble Cat. Hello, Crystal. Breed them. Absolutely not, John Walker. This is the object is to get them all fixed so that we don't have any more feral cats and community cats on the street. We have it is an epidemic in my city. Make them fight. Mods, Pocket Woman, can you put John Walker 1013 or whatever on a 20-minute ban, please? Uh oh, please don't. Then please don't suggest things that I would consider animal abuse. Thank you. Um oops. Yeah, Russ, to answer your question, um well, if you want to adopt them and you live in Southern California, Baby Blue, Marble Cat, Dick Grayson, Big V are all varying degrees of socialized and really need to go home. It's not Lady Jane Grey, that's Sasha Grey. Sasha, gimme, gimme, gimme. Well, if you're in Southern California, maybe we can work something out. Jamie the cat. Fats too, yeah, Harry. Fats. The problem with Fats, Fats is a great cat. Longtime viewers know Fats very well, but Fats is no longer here right now because Fats got scared away by this menace to society, and so he's over yonder. In fact, we're gonna go see if Fats is in town, and I'm gonna go grab my brush so I can get some of this junk out of the way. Also, because this is a machine shop and they're cleaning stuff up because changes in the air, the oil dry has become, well, kitty litter be kitty litter, no matter what you call it. That's all I'm going to say. Also, Pocket Woman, thank you for timing that dude out. I didn't want to. I don't want. Here's the thing. I like to keep the discussion lively and pretty free. You know, within limits. But I'm sorry. Anybody suggesting that I should have the animals fight or breed? No, that's going to be a hard no from me. Yeah, I'm. You know, like that's the thing. I'm. I'm. Yeah, my desire with this channel, like I'm willing to allow a little bit more politics and a little bit more risque humor than like the Lock Sport channels do usually. You know, I'm fine with it being like PG-13 in the chat rather than PG, but I am not, yeah. Any sort of yeah. Any like I told Harry about this, but I'm telling you, Pocket Woman, as well, since you're a mod now. You know, a little bit of politics is okay, but I don't want any sloganeering. Same thing with religion. If people want to say God bless you, that's fine. But if people want to tell me to repent and turn to Jesus, I got some real bad news for them. Thank you, Russ, so much. I'm an okay guy. I do my best. I don't always. Oh, look, all three gray cats are here. Happy Easter to you as well, Norma. And happy 420 to those that celebrate as well. But yeah, people want to say God bless you. People want to say Happy Easter, Merry Christmas when that season comes out. Hey, Jamie, that's totally fine. If people want to tell me to repent and come to Jesus or whatever, we're gonna have to. Like I said, you know, we're gonna have to say no to that one. Um, I wonder if I call Fats if he'll come. Sometimes he does during the daytime, but sometimes he doesn't. We'll give a Fats call and see what happens. Fats, Fats. In other news, I really, really want this board from the palette because it would be very helpful. Indeed. Thank you, Mary. You know what? I like to be told that it's my channel. It's a good reminder every now and then. But yeah, but yeah, overall, I don't want to be censor happy. I'm not a free speech absolutist like a certain man, but uh, I do encourage, free discussion and stuff like that and the sharing of ideas. I don't want to start an argument and I don't want to see any political sloganeering. So no, you know, cannabis and chocolate kind of day. You know what? They pair excellently. And also, Russ, I saw earlier you said, where is it? You didn't feed them from the cans. When I first started feeding them, I did feed them from the cans. And one of my first videos, somebody corrected me and says, no, 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 not from the cans. It's bad for them. They can cut themselves. So professionally, I'm a chef. So um, uh, I have yeah, I have these lids from takeaway containers that I have, and I just reuse them and wash them, and they're very helpful. So yeah, and Elijah 420, it's a weed reference. Where it came from exactly, I don't know. Um, yeah, supposedly there's like rumors that it came from like a group of college students who would like meet at 420 at the thingamajigger or whatever. Um, I also heard, and I don't think this is the case, but 420 is also the birthday of a very, how do I say this in a way that when I try to turn on monetization, I don't get myself in. I mean, you can feed them out of the can. I mean, you do, like I said, you do you, but it can't. They can cut themselves on the lip, which can be which can be a little sharp, which is why I use the containers. Um, and like these guys have had a hard enough life as it is. Almost none of them have every single tooth in their mouth. So like, I'll give their tongues a day off when I come. Besides, they eat a whole lot of junk off the floor, so you know. Hello, Danny. Yeah, but like I don't, if you want to feed the cats out of the can, you do you. I don't do that because and also like here's the thing, I'd probably feed the cats out of the can if I was feeling in a rush or really lazy or something like that. But I I also and this is like not to like get on my high horse, but let me stand up on this high horse right now. No, let's actually not do that. Not to get overly high horsing, but like I upload these videos publicly. I'm hopefully yeah, I'm hopefully, pushing almost 2,000 subscribers. I'd love to go viral and be a YouTube gazillionaire, and for the kitty cats and whatnot. But like, so I'm also just trying to like, um, what I'm trying to model best practices is what I'm trying to do and be like, look, you can feed cats. This is one way to do it. Another way to do it, which I don't especially like because it's horrible for the environment, is styrofoam plates. Um, don't do that. If uh, probably honestly between styrofoam plate and straight from the can, me personally, I go straight from the can. I think styrofoam is that bad. Hey Zoe, it's Zoe the cat. It is totally cool if you got to use the restroom. I use the restroom before. Yes, and yes, Danny, they are all stray cats. Some of them are socialized, some of them not so much. Um, they're all very cute. They're all very loved, and they all live at this machine shop. Look in the corner. Hello, hello, Ali. How are you doing? I am doing fantastic. I actually worked my first regular shift at my job. It was very easy, so I'm not going to be like, oh, But I mean, look, when it's your first shift out of training, you always have like some degree of anxiety of like, well, I want to make a good first impression, you know? Okay, let's check out. I saw a kitty here in the corner. Who is it? It's Chris the cat. Excuse me. Sorry. Kitty, are you still walking with a limp, my dude? Chris the cat? Meow, 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 meow. So you guys who watch my long format videos, Chris the cat over here has been walking with a limp for the past week, and I've been, and I know why. He probably has some metal shard. 'Cause this, like I said, this is a machine shop over here, and he probably has some sort of metal shard embedded in his feet, in one of the pads of his foot. This has happened before, actually. It's happened with Baby Blue. Hey Neville, this is Neville. That there goes Neville. Neville is one of two tuxedo cats with the black nose that makes him look like a little bit of a kittler. The other one being Winston. Naturally, I, as a lapsed Jew, could not name a cat Hitler, but I could name them after British prime ministers. So Winston is the brave one, Winston Churchill, and Neville, who is obviously a big wuss, is named after Neville Chamberlain. I think that's funny. Also, another news, it looks like my attempt to summon Fats was a no-go. Yeah, I mean, you know, my city in general doesn't really round up the street cats. They just kind of leave them be. But I mean, and I mean that's a lot better than rounding them up and euthanizing them, which I think is rather horrible. But uh, Yeah, I've been trying to trap him, Danny, but he's very smart, so he runs away from the trap. And I don't own a drop trap. And frankly, even if I did, it wouldn't really make sense because my car it does. I borrowed drop traps. The Bianchi at the end of the block started complaining. Yeah, there's always someone bitching and moaning, and it's like, well, then complain. Why don't you do something about it? And something positive about it, I might add. No, that's something horrible and terrible. All right, folks, I'm going to put the phone down. So if you're chatting, I won't be able to see you for a few minutes, but I want to start sweeping stuff. You get to watch the wonderful kitty that is Baby Blue for a minute. Yeah, that's the thing with rich folks. They're uh they're a special to quote F. Scott Fitzgerald, the very rich are not like you and me. Or to paraphrase to paraphrase the true prophet of our time, King Kendrick Lamar, the very rich, they not like us. By the way, side note, I'm not I think it was Zoe the cat and Harry who suggested I get a deck brush, and I did, and you guys rock because that was friggin' genius. It's so much faster and more efficient than that little straw fit situation. Okay, baby blue, I'm sorry. I just wanted to show the people that I'm moving in a positive direction sometimes. Sorry, Zabu, I scared the cat, I know, but I'm cleaning. In the long run, it's better for them because they won't get these metal shards in their feet. This is a machine shop after all. Okay. Are we a little bit better? I don't know. Hopefully we are. Jamie the cat is eating. Other cats are chilling. Oh, you know who's the chillingest cat? Baby Blue. Okay, it's buffering. Where can I go that? Okay, it's better. It's back. I don't know. Well, I'm going to return to my sweeping for a second, but since I'm still schmoozing, y'all get to look at the beautiful, beautifulest kitty. Okay, keep the phone off the ground. I'm doing my best. Next week. Wait, next week is lock picking live on Sunday. But yeah, all right, we're gonna let Baby Blue do Baby Blue things for a second. He's very calm, Baby Blue, the best Baby Blue. Also, in other news, folks, and this especially goes for Harry and P Dubs, the moms in the chat. Everybody is welcome. Everything is welcome. But one thing that is not tolerated ever is animal abuse suggestions. And another thing that is not tolerated ever is we at the David Romano YouTube channel, me and the kitties, we abide by the tolerance fallacy. We are tolerant of everything except intolerant. Any form of hate, any homophobia, transphobia, misogyny, misandry, anti Semitism, Islamophobia, any form of racism, any kind. You can kiss your ass goodbye from this channel. I am a tolerant person, which means I do not tolerate intolerance at all. Or I should re- I should restate. I try to be a tolerant person. Can't be perfect all the time. We're human. Humans are deeply flawed. But as long as we do our best, I think we're doing well. Baby Blue, this is his favorite. I think he really likes because they got this this sprinter van situation. Yeah. Yeah. He loves the shade from this sprinter van. I don't blame him. Shade's good. You know, one thing that kind of sucks since since Jim passed away. Jim is another machinist. He didn't own this shop, but he had another shop in the area. Um, you know, but longtime viewers, and you can go back and check this in some of my older videos. You know, there was a an old faded blue metallic mint green 64 Buick Skylark. Okay, what movie am I paraphrasing? Sorry, there was a faded blue Ford pickup truck F100. Beautiful, beautiful, historic, classic automobile. But it was when he passed away, and towards the end, the truck got moved, and the kitties lost a lot of shelter. Same thing with Charlie leaving and retiring. I can't say I can't say I miss the having to traipse around late at night and hope like, gee whiz, I hope he doesn't see me feeding these. But you know, one thing I'll certainly say is it's uh one thing I'll certainly say is I lost my train of thought because of ADHD. Um, um, yeah, I the fact of the matter. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's what it was. The fact of the matter is Charlie was a very big hoarder of all the like machining stuff he'd acquired over the years. So he had like, aside from raw metal stock and stuff like that, he had so many machines and knickknacks and tchotchkes and what have you. It was just a constant stream of nooks and crannies for the cats to hide and seek shelter. And now, since he's retired, and the new machinist who seems to be coming into this shop seems a lot more organized, which is good. Organization is good. Clutter is bad, generally speaking. But the cats are indeed losing a lot of shelter. By the way, folks, I'm sorry if the audio fades briefly, but I'm, physically moving away right now the uh, from the mic as I sweep this pile of crap away from the kitties. And when it is in city streets, we will go survey the magnificent. And I will say big thank you once again to Zoe and Harry for both suggesting, and then specifically to Harry, since his donation actually sponsored this broom. Thank you all for suggesting the deck brush or the deck broom, whatever the heck you want to call it. And thank you to everyone who donated to the PayPal, the YouTube, the Venmo, the this, that, and the other. First off, none of it is required. So everything is absolutely awesome that you folks take it upon yourself to do that. But more to the point, Hector's here with dry food. There's no dry food. There's no dry food. No water, neither. No water. I got here. Well, no, but I I I do live streams sometimes on Sundays. So I'm actually live right now. My phone is over there filming Baby Blue. Okay, folks, great news. Hector, who's another one of the cat eaters, he's actually been doing this longer than I have. It's swinging by with dry food and water, which is great because I had plenty of water, but I had no dry food and I didn't want to have to go buy it if I could help it. I'm the wet food guy. I'm wet food and socialization and water. Baby Blue. All right. Let's hello. While I'm at it. All right. Way more better. There's still some straggler stuff. Beep beep beep. That's Hector. Beep beep boo. Big V. Jamie the cat. They're all eating. I gave them wet food. Yeah. Yeah. Look at look at all this crap. Ooh, nice. Thank you so much, True Builder. And in other news, True Builder, I know you sent me an email. I've read it, but I need to get back to it because I'm one of the you can actually ask Harry because he knows better than anybody, probably. I'm terrible replying to emails. Like absolute surah. All right. In other news, Lady Jane Grey and Sasha Grey are bye, Lady Jane Grey. Oh, and hello, Delbert. Who else is here that I haven't said hello to? Said hello to Delbert. I said hello to True Builder. All right. Sasha Grey is eating. I'm kind of hoping like some of the other kitty cats come out. Tatiana the cat, Jamie the cat. But yeah, that guy, Jamie the cat. Hi, Mariana. How are you? Marble cat. Big V. All right. See how awesome Hector is? Now they have food. Have a good one, Hector. Look at baby blue. Baby blue. Yeah, I'm still the same schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I come like every other Sunday. I try to come if I can. So like I'll be here, but yeah, but I won't be here next week. Yeah, next Sunday I won't be here. Baby blue. We need a baby blue love sesh. Baby blue. He's a baby blue. The baby blue. Baby blue. Baby blue. Baby blue. Baby blue. Oh, yeah, baby blue. Hey. Incoming marble cat. Baby blue. Baby blue. Marble cat. Baby blue. Yeah, isn't he a cutie, Mariana? Baby blue and I go way back. Like I said, when I first encountered this colony in 2022, Baby Blue wasn't even fixed. He still had his balls. But now, and he was certainly not pettable. And now he's a lovey, 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 lovey. And you know what's crazy? This cat, I can pick him up. He's also rolling around in these pine needles and he's making life like very difficult for me because I'm like trying to keep him clean. And he's like, Pine Needle City. Yeah, gotta love the babiest of baby blues. All right. Incoming Big V. Let me check up on the wet food situation. Oh, I love Baby Blue. And yes, anyone curious, by the way, the reason I called him I named him Baby Blue is because he has blue eyes. I'm so original, aren't I? Why is he named Big V? Well, he's big and he's a void. Why is he named Marble Cat? He's marble. He has a marble tabby pattern. Why? Why is he named Baby Blue? He was a baby when I first met him, and he has blue eyes. See what else? Manise? Oh, there goes Neville. Run, Neville, run! Wuss. By the way, in other news, I can't tell you exactly what my new job is, but I can show you my badge. And yes, I'm cooking for a mega corporation. Never thought I'd see the day where I'm working for a mega corporation, but yeah, here we are. Beep blue. Okay, folks. Look at Neville. Neville's such a wuss. Wuss. Look, he even heard me say wuss, and he's like, I'm running away, meow. Kitty meow. All right. In other news, I am going to put down this broom for a sec. Thank you, Harry, for buying the broom for me. Um, all right. What I want to do is my niece. All right. All right, I need to. All right, couple of things. Oh, you don't need to worry about that, Zoe the cat. The great thing is, with the exception of the VIP dining area, almost everything at Universal Studios Hollywood is heat and serve, and we're very, we're very fastidious about the correct temperature reading. Look at this. Uh, yeah, that's my sexy face. Spoon. I had to get a spoon to see about cleaning stuff out. Let's see if we can find. Let's go to the other colony briefly and see if Fats is in town. Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Harry, for reminding me. For anybody in the um or anybody um relatively close to me who is interested in adopting one of these kitty cats, please get in touch with me either via email or via um look, we find Hector again. Please get in touch with me either via email or via my Instagram, and we can arrange stuff because both Harry and somebody else have offered to sponsor the adoptions of of cats for up to a year if we can take them off the streets. There's two more kitties. Oh, no Albie, no Napoleon, and no Fats. We just have the jumpy kitties. They're very jumpy. But yeah, as I was saying before, I got sidetracked by my own ADD. Run, kitty, run, run, kitty, run. Um, yeah. If anybody is interested in adopting cats, two people have stepped up and offered to sponsor the adoption of these cats, all expenses for up to a year. So, like I said, please get in touch with me. And in addition to that, I also have two foster cats in my apartment right now that also need a forever home. Although I love them very much, but I love all the kitties very much, and I'll miss them very much. But I'll miss all the kitties very much when they're no longer saying hello to me in the morning. But yeah, but I also realize that if I can get my two foster cats taken to a forever home, I can start pulling other cats off the street that are at this colony. So Baby Blue can come be fostered at my apartment, for example. We can finish up the socialization process with Big V or Marble Cat or Fats or whatever at my apartment, where there's just far less risk of humans, cars, uh, various unsightly stuff like that. Um, you know, fleas, ticks, what have yous, all that stuff that comes with living on the streets that doesn't happen when you live buffering. Oh no, no, no. Buffering? Why? I'm almost done. I'm finishing up. Still buffering, P dubs? Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Look at this marble cat. Look at this big V. Hey, Pauline's out. Hey, Scream Queen Pauline. Pauline! Scream Queen Pauline. And Lady Jane Grey. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to put the phone down for 1 second. Zoe, the cat message retracted. Beep bloop. Yeah, baby blue. Go eat, baby blue. And yes, he is extremely cute. In other news, I wanted to discuss one thing with you fine folks, especially now that I've picked up two new members this live session. Thank you so much to Zoe the Cat and True Builder. That's friggin' awesome. But beyond that, um, I realized that one thing that is frequently an issue with my videos is that the audio can be kind of extremely hit or miss. Um, so so right now the audio of my voice I think is probably pretty good because I'm using my AirPods as the microphone. So there's a lot less wind and road noise. But the side effect of that is, um yeah, the side effect of that is that when I'm wearing my AirPods, you can hear me very well, which is great when I'm speaking like I am right now. But when I'm being quiet and I just want the cats to eat, you can't hear any of the sounds the cats make. And frankly, I'd love to, be able to, like, look, when I mean, people who have seen my long form videos after I chit chat with the cats. Um, this part where I'm talking to you in my normal videos, I'm just, doing work, you know, behind the scenes, off camera, silently, and I want the audio of the cats eating to be as good as possible. I want to pick up as many ASMR noises as possible, and I can't. And so if so the double-edged sword is that if I use my built-in mic on my phone, um and I saw your suggestion, Pocket Woman. I'll circle back to that in a second. I'm BSing right now because I'm just blue sky thinking. But yeah, point is, you know, I'm thinking about investing in a cheap external microphone. I actually was discussing this with Harry um earlier about wanting to get some sort of like a shotgun type mic with like a windsock or whatever. Just so I can okay. So we're okay. Pocket Woman's suggestion is do it like the wine list at a restaurant. Second cheapest is your bet. Don't get the cheapest. That's certified chateau garbage. But the second cheapest wine at the restaurant, that's the good stuff. Best bang for your buck without overpaying. No migraine. Or you can be a classy alcoholic and go for the Franzia. I'll share this like funny, stupid anecdote um, from my college days. Just for the record, I do not have a college diploma. I'm a college dropout and proud of it. Um, But when I was in college, I went to a fancy, fancy private liberal arts college, um, and they used to have in their spring fling where like they would have some musical art. They would have a musical artist come by, and yeah, all the all the things that college people do in like leading up to spring break, but like on campus. My freshman year, they actually had Jizza uh, performing, which was awesome. Jizza is, I mean, Jizza. Well, he's a genius. Literally, it's in his name. And also, I mean, for any hip hop head, and I'm a big hip hop head. The Woo is like so just the Woo is some of the most essential to like hip hop canon, as it were. Like, I mean, I don't know how you can consider yourself. I mean, I'd hazard a guess to go beyond saying, I don't know if you can call yourself a music fan if you haven't listened, at least partially, to Enter the Wu Tang 36 Chambers. I mean, you know, and I'd go beyond that and say, I don't think you can consider yourself a hip hop fan. Now you can be a music fan. Now I don't think you can be a hip hop fan if you haven't heard Liquid Swords at least once. Come on, that's one of the greatest solo rap albums of all time. Friggin' just tracks like the title track, Shadow Boxing. Um, just just yeah. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other good solo stuffs like in the Wu universe. Fun most people would say, and I would probably tend to agree with them, that as far as Wu Tang members with the best solo discography, it probably goes to Ghostface. Um, Ghostface has a great solo discography, way better than most of the other individual members of the Wu. But as I was saying, my freshman year of college, the Spring Fling artists, well, there were two of them actually. One of them was Jizza, who I just went on a long pontificating rant about how much I love him, and I do. The other one was, and I don't know if anybody's going to remember this dude's name, but I'll sing his most famous song, true one hit wonder, this dude was. But the other guy who was performing was an artist named Kevin Little. Does anybody remember him or his most famous song? I will start singing it pretty soon if you don't know. So you've got about 15 seconds to name the song. It's an early 2000s song, very, very of its time. Yeah, Delbert. Oh, it's Little V. Remember I said Big V? There's Little V. She's little. Her. Yeah, Delbert, my recommendation actually my first live stream on YouTube actually was I went on picking time once. So yeah, definitely like I did not do this until I gotten a few lock picking live streams. And it can be really helpful because at first you don't need to show your face, you're in a relaxed setting. It's really good. I don't actually haven't like I don't use StreamYard or anything, so I haven't figured out how to like do like collaborative streaming or whatever. I'll get it eventually, but like remains to be seen. Scream Queen Pauline! Lil V is so cute. What? Rocket Woman, you don't remember this song? So let me hold you, don't caress my body. You got me going crazy. Turn me on, let me. All right, now that I've made a fool of myself in public, yeah, Kevin Little, one hit wonder, did the song Turn Me On. Very, very like, you know, very dance hall beat, very of its, it was it was of that period of the early 2000s when Sean Paul was huge. Oh, hey, don't threaten me with a good time because I've been riding on my surfboard, surfboard, surfboard. Actually, Pocket Woman, I'm actually repping an Australian band. Actually repping an Australian band right now, Royal Headache. Great indie rock slash punk band. Big double thumbs up. They broke up. They only have two albums. But yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Stop listening to the commercial stuff. I mean, look, at this point, I don't really listen to commercial stuff because, like, have you heard some of this stuff? It is boof. Your wife knows Royal Headache. Wonderful. I love finding a fan. I actually saw them live a long time ago. But yeah, they did some of the most essential indie rock in the like early mid 2010s. But they only did two albums, and this is actually I think the artwork for their second one called I. Um, but yeah, well, if you're into punk or indie rock, absolutely check out Royal Headache. They're highly recommended. Start with, I mean, literally any one of their like. I don't think they have a bad song necessarily. Well, when you only have two albums, it's kind of hard to have bad songs if both albums are really really good. But Baby Blue, Lil V, Lil V. I mean, I can get you run, Lil V, run. I can definitely get jiggy with classic rock or whatever. I mean, full disclosure, this week's David can't get it out of his head was friggin' Judas Priest. Because I've been hell bent for leather the whole damn week, peeps. ELO, good call. You know what's funny, Harry? I was listening to a ton of ELO at the end of last year. And like, it's crazy because, like, I use Apple Music, and at the end of the year, they do like your replay for the top songs of the year. And I was listening to so much ELO at the end of 2024 that like about 5 to 7 individual ELO tracks managed to work their way into my top 100 in like 2 months. Like, I I will say I was like I'm trying to remember what my top blues. Oh yeah. Okay. That's some British invasion type stuff. I'm for it. All right, we're gonna do it like a half-assed sweep towards the car. Yeah. Motorhead. Yes. R.I.P. to Lemmy. He's buried in Hollywood forever. I think. Speaking of Motorhead, though, I am a. Is anybody here a fan of Hawkwind, the space rock band that Lemmy was a member of before he went to found Motorhead? Yeah, I was definitely big into the anarcho punk scene in high school. I used to listen to so much Crass back in the day. Big A, little A, bouncing feet. The system might have got you, but it won't get me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, when I was in high school, there used to be a great like all ages like indie and uh punk club in downtown LA, actually near Skid Row. So it wasn't the greatest of neighborhoods, but called The Smell. It's no longer there, unfortunately, but a whole bunch of really great, um, a whole bunch of really great bands from the 2000s and 2010s kind of came out of there. most notably No Age, who did some great punk albums. There was also Mika Miko, who never really made it super big, but the members of Mika Miko later went on to form the band Bleach, who they weren't big, but they were bigger than Mika Miko. They had some popularity amongst the hipster crowds. Generally speaking, if there is uh, a word sequence, there's a band named after that. Hell, there was a band. Oh, Tatiana showed up. Hey, T. Hey, Marble Cat. We got to say hello to Tatiana. Hi, Tatiana. Tatiana is my favorite calico. Marble Cat's being a menace to Tatiana. I don't appreciate that, Marble Cat. But in other news, look at this floor. Is it perfect? No. Is it way more better than how it was when I got here? Hell yeah. And that's what we're going for. We are going for constant improvement. Kaizen. Menudo. Can I just say, and this is about to be some blasphemy. If there's any Latino friends, I'm sorry in the things. I friggin' hate menudo. Sorry. Pozole, I can get down with. I love pozole. But I'm sorry, I'm just not a tripe fan. I love Mexican food. I love pozole. I love all that stuff. Menudo, and frankly, most things with tripe. Like I don't like pho with tripe either. Tripe is just way too like, ugh. And it stinks. Friggin' tripe is some of the stinkiest stuff. All right, we're gonna leave the oil dry there. Yeah, look, it's not perfect. I'm sure there's the occasional shard of stuff, but it's so much more better. And I wonder if Chris the cat is in view still. There you go. See and find. Excuse me. We're gonna go see if we can find Chris the cat who was walking with a link. Chitlins, yes. All of that, all of that stuff is nasty. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know offal can be very delicious and all that. Like, I mean, I grew up, growing up, I grew up Orthodox Jewish, so chopped liver was like, every Shabbat, friggin' chopped liver at the things. All that offal stuff is not for me at all. Stuff is nasty. It stinks to high heaven when it's like. Don't get me wrong. Look, sound. Yes, sound. Do we have sound? Do we have voice? I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. Ooh, we're back. Okay, that's perfect timing, just in time to watch the beautiful sunset. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful evening, beautiful afternoon. Kitties are taken care of. Okay, so just a quick rundown. Marble Cat, Big V, Jamie the cat, Tatiana, all present and accounted for. This snail has been picked up off the floor. Yes, I know my hands are disgusting. Um, I promise you, I don't cook with hands like this. That's That's the least I can tell you. But this nail has been picked up. All right. This broom has been picked up. This baby blue, baby blue. See if we can get a zoom in on baby blue's eyes. Baby blue. Of course, when I want to zoom in on his eyes, he's like, "No, you don't get to see my pretty blue eyes." Yeah. All right. On probably tomorrow, if I get a chance to try to sweep this crap up. Um, but in other news, yeah, we're basically we're winding down. So before I fully wind down, so True Builder for my long form videos, I use the built-in audio, and it's good, but the problem is it can be extremely streaky. Um, eh, uh, and you know, especially it sometimes it picks up my voice better when I'm behind the phone, but it doesn't pick me up when I'm in front of the phone. It can be very streaky. And I think it's a very common complaint in my videos that I get. It's probably the two most common requests I get, like specifically as far as like form of the videos rather than actual content of the videos, is make shorter videos, which I'm sorry, can't no can do. Because like this 80-minute odyssey, this is how long I usually spend at with the cats. Maybe a bit shorter because I'm not like shooting the shit, but like I spend a good 40 minutes to an hour with the cats 3 days a week, and I have to chop down that video to about I chopped down all that raw footage to about, um, you know, between 20 and 25 minutes, generally speaking, because I could not possibly ask for more than that. But like, I also try to keep the cuts, because I mean, obviously, I'm not uploading uh, you know, the full video. But so I try to keep the cuts like when I cut the video, I try to like keep the cuts so that the continuity isn't that bad. But excuse me. But so like I'm unable. So that thing I can't really change. But like I could improve the audio quality for like $30 or something like that. Um. Oh, yeah, I accidentally hit the mute button. We should have sound again. I figured it out. It's when I go to flip the video like that. Yeah. When I go to flip the video, I'm accidentally hitting the mute button. I'm such a genius, aren't I? Well, well adapted male. But yeah, Zoe the cat, thank you so much for joining in. You rock. You guys all rock. But yeah, Zoe the cat, thank you for becoming a member today. Same to True Builder. Thank you folks so much. Big V says, Big V says hello. Marble Cat says goodbye. And I'm gonna call it a day. But yeah, so yeah, that's basically the situation is that I'm trying to save up so I can get one of those carotid mics so that when the phone is facing this way when I'm recording my long form videos, it picks up the cats, it picks up me when I'm talking to you folks, you know, when I'm face to camera as it were, but it's not picking up like me like potchkeying around over here going "Meow, meow, 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 meow," or like all the like clink clank clink 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 clank of like me um consolidating the food in the cans. Like that's kind of irrelevant. Um, Speaking of irrelevant, I'm really like, excuse me, dilly dallying now. So we're gonna call it stream. Thanks everybody for joining in. Thank you for the people who liked. Please like if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you want to. If I've earned your subscription, I hope you subscribe. And see what else. Share if you're interested in adopting one of these cats. Please get in contact with me. The adoption of two cats has been sponsored for up to a year by two different people. And thank you to those people. I know one of them is watching. The other one, not sure. Hope you are. But either way, thank you so much for everybody. Later, Elijah. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to the mods, Harry and P Dubs. And just for the record, can my name be Blue? But your name's Mariana. You can be Mariana Blue. Um, but uh, but oh, I see. So yeah. So yeah. To have a blue name, you need to be a mod. So I made Pocket Woman and Harry mods because I know them both. Um, and I trust them to make good decisions that I would agree with. But yeah, I'm trying not to like. I'm actually the mod of another channel, and it's just like ODing on mods. And it's just like everybody's a mod. You get a mod. You get a mod. You get to be a mod. It's like friggin' whatchamacallit, Oprah Winfrey of mods, and it's just like, yeah, it's good stuff. All right, in other news, have you all ever seen a BMW pickup truck that is AKA a Toyota Tacoma? Mariana, seeing all these beautiful kitties didn't make your day? Yeah. So yeah, it kind of is. So the Skybox, Mazda Skybox. No, I am not a gamer. I'm just a millennial who oh, the Skyman. Yeah. No, sorry, I'm a millennial. I'm too old for that shit. My skibbity riz is not yeah, my skibbity riz is not very good. All right. Acura. Look at this friggin' look, dudes. It's a BMW Tacoma with a wing on the back. That is it's certainly a choice. So so Mariana, how about this? Just because modding is a it's a requirement, and it does require a certain amount of knowledge of people. So unfortunately, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of tablets. un- so yeah, Mariana. So here's the situation: we're not going to make your name Blue today, but um, give me give me about a month of solid viewership, and we can definitely discuss. Does that seem kind of fair? And Tamil, this is the United States. I'm in California specifically. Even more specifically, I'm in Los Angeles. Uh, soon to be the independent Republic of California if my country goes the way it has been of late. But no guarantee of that or of anything really. Okay, thanks, Mariana. I think that's a fair compromise. You know, we wanna we wanna be fair. We don't want to be exclusionary, but also like some things have responsibilities. You know, and like I like to say like with my mods, like I like to give the chatters a really I like to give the chatters a long leash. But if any of the things that are not allowed come in, oh, y'all need to stop that stuff with the quickness because, like I said, we're not tolerating any sort of hatred of any type. So if I'm seeing people definitely on some drugs for real, how long will you be live, noob? Uh, so God, unfortunately, I'm not on drugs right now, and that's the problem. It's 4:20, and I'm stone cold sober because I worked an 8-hour shift today. Bye, Mariana. Thank you so much for tuning in. Next week's live will not be a cat live; it'll be a lock picking live. Just so you know. But if you want to tune in, please do. Um, yeah. How long will I be left? Probably not too much longer because I've finished up feeding the cats and I want to go home. I'm tired. um, next live. So okay. So actually, so generally speaking, I go live every Sunday, and it alternates between um, a cat feeding video, which was this week, and a lock picking video, which will be next week. Um, so next week will be a lock picking live, and then the week after that will be a cat live, and then the week after that a lock picking live, et cetera, et cetera. This rinses and repeats. Now there will be a hold on timeout on the field. Timeout on the field. God, I can't believe I need to put my foot down with a fictional uh, entity. First off, you don't even exist, bro. You're made up by human beings. Second off, we're not going to take this troll shit like very far. As I was saying, as I was saying, one thing that is not tolerated in this chat at all is any sort of racism, homophobia, transphobia, anti-Semitism, uh, misogyny, misandry, any sort of hatred of anybody just because of who they are is not tolerated in in this chat or on this channel. But you know what is tolerated? Trolling the trolls. Please, trolls. You know who is racist? God. God is racist as hell. Like, think about how many wars have been started because, yeah, there we go. But seriously, folks, think about how many wars have been started because people were convinced that God was on your side, not somebody else's side. And so we had to kill those people because God doesn't care about them. Chris the cat is out. Chris the cat, hold on one sec. Sorry, I'm not gonna sorry. I also said there is no over politicking or religious proselytizing, and here I am starting to proselytize atheism. Okay, he's putting weight on both feet. That's good. Chris the cat, I need to see you walking. Okay, he's putting weight on all 4 feet. Thank you, Pocket Woman. That was really unnecessary. No, it's all good, Tamil. You are totally fine. Okay, and the yeah, and let me get on my atheist soapbox for a quick second, and then I'll hop down. Um, God is the creation of man, so all of God's attributes are also man's attributes, and men historically and men by the way, this is not to be like men meaning human beings historically are warlike, they're hateful of other people. They have a lot of negative qualities, and because God is also a human creation, uh, God takes on the same negative qualities that humans do. Now, fortunately, God can also take on the same positive qualities that humans can. So if humans, show kindness and courtesy and love and whatnot, then that could also be attributes of God. But by the same token, if you know, and keep in mind, I was born Jewish and raised Orthodox Jewish. Judaism, especially Orthodox Judaism, is very much a fire and brimstone religion where either it is things are good or things are bad. And when things are bad, generally speaking, they're referred to as an abomination. No, but I'm saying what I'm saying is that God is not a real thing. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in all that stuff. God is a human creation. God is in your mind, and if your mind is racist, then God is racist. But anyways, this is really like y'all. I'm way too sober to be having these theological discussions. Like I need to be stoned off my mind, and I can't do that right now because I have to drive. Although I will say this dispensary right here is an excellent dispensary, and I highly recommend if you're ever in Los Angeles, go to NoHo Compassionate Care. Here, NoHo North Hollywood Compassionate Caregivers, best dispensary in Los Angeles. And not only is it a great dispensary, it's across the street from the best kitties in Los Angeles. Winnie, Dick Grayson, P is P is dropping a deuce, baby blue. But yeah, generally speaking, Ahmed, we kind of BS about religion and politics like that. But I don't really want to get into like a hardcore like religious or political discussion, just because you know when push comes to shove, those two things they raise people's blood pressure, and in the end, everyone's like, well, you know what, we can agree to disagree or whatever. And it's like, okay, so yeah, like BSing about it, totally cool, but like serious stuff or like I told the mods, proselytizing, if people come in and say Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light, convert or face eternal damnation, ban. But if people want to say God bless you or whatever, that's cool. I'm not going to go militant atheist and be like, God doesn't exist. Don't say God bless me. Like I'm not that much of an a-hole. Um, or at least I try not to be, and like I said, today is Easter Sunday. I believe I wished everybody a happy Easter, even though I'm not celebrating, it's just part of common courtesy. Like, look, a bunch of people, not me, but a bunch of people, say that there's a war on Christmas and you can't say Merry Christmas anymore. And those people are frankly idiots. But I will say this, on Christmas Day, I tell people Merry Christmas. Every other day I say Happy Holidays though. But on Christmas Day, I say Merry Christmas. Why? Because it's Christmas and they should have a merry one if they celebrate. And yes, we have a common point to come together, and that is cats. CATS, kitty, kitty, cats. We also occasionally come together about locks. And on that note, I gotta go because I still have not shot my Parky padlock video. Yes, Ahmed, please check in on the kitty cats. And yeah, to everybody who takes care of cats, thank you for doing that. You guys are all amaze balls. Anywho, let's hop in my early 2000s Acura and go home. Ugh. Y'all want to see a sign that my car is 20 plus years old? Here's my steering wheel. These are the cruise control adjustment buttons, but you cannot turn the cruise control on from here because that button's over here. Also, side note, these are my sunroof controls, which in every other car ever should be up here. But this is occupied by the HomeLink system because 2003 cars don't always make sense. But I'll tell you something else. Look at this AC panel that I can adjust entirely without ever looking at it. You know, Y'all can keep your touch screens. I will take knobs any day of the week and twice on Sundays. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And I got a big auto button, big off button. I don't. Yes. Is To answer your question, Max? It's an Acura, so yes. It's very reliable, and I just got it serviced, so it's even more reliable. And yeah, I mean, look. Every car will looks more spacious than more 2020 cars. The front is very nice, but the back is actually quite cramped. Put my car keys. How am I supposed to? Oh, they're on the center console. Yeah, exactly. Reliable and paid off. And here's the thing. The O3 it's my car is a bit of a grandma car, but the J series the J series engine in here is fantastic. Like J series is the goated V6 in my opinion. Like, is it the best V6 ever made? No, probably not. But like the J series is like, I mean, look, the J series in the Honda Odyssey these days is pushing 300 plus horsepower. That's insane. So I like this car a lot. It makes a great noise when the VTEC kicks in. It's generally reliable. The one problem is the transmission isn't the greatest. That's its one. Like there was actually a recall done in the early 2000s because the transmission would fail. So I'm already rocking a rebuilt transmission, so I had that done already. But if and when the transmission goes again, I'm actually going to manual swap this car because I'm one of those millennials that can drive a car with three pedals, and I miss three pedals. So we're doing that. Also, it makes VTEC noise sometimes, and I like that. All right, I got to go get gas, y'all. Yeah. Oof. I got it. Yeah. There are some great, like, I mean, honestly, possibly the best V6 ever made was the GM 3800. Yeah. Like that's a great motor. What else is great? The Toyota GR V6 is also excellent. We can continue this later, but I'm actually at the gas station, so I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody. I need to get more gas so I can make more VTEC noise. Thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. Bye.